Good evening. It's Facebook Love number 175. It's kind of astonishing. I started this on March 19th. It's November 13th, and we're still here and we're still staying home. In fact, a lot of us thought that we had started to go out more, and now we are staying home again to stay safe. And sometimes it feels absurd and sometimes it's frightening. And today I felt myself thinking about all the people who we've lost. We're getting close to 250,000 Americans who have died from COVID-19, and by the time that we have inauguration, I'm worried that we'll be well past that number, and it's the grief is hard to process. I saw somewhere that every person has an average of 9 to 13 family and friends and work colleagues who are bereft at their loss. So if we have close to 250,000 Americans times 9 to 13 people each, it's a lot. And I can't wrap my brain around absurdity, so I found a few poems that speak to both absurdity and to depth of feeling. And that's what I have. This first one is from the beautiful Mary Oliver. This one is from the collection called Red Bird, who is a character who moves through the poems. This one is titled Crow Says. There is corn in the field. What should I think of else? Anyway, my thoughts are all feathery. I prefer simple beak talk. Maybe it's having wings. It does make a difference. As for that business about brothers, of course, I'm concerned that we share the corn to the extent that I get my plenty. As for later, how can later exist? When old crows die, I don't cry. I peck at their silly staring eyes and open my wings and fly to wherever I want to. I've forgotten both father and mother, even the pile of sticks in which I was born. Well, maybe now and again, and mostly in winter, I've strange, even painful ruminations. When you're hungry and cold, it's hard to be bold. So I sulk. And I do have dreams sometimes in which I remember the corn will come again, and vaguely then I feel that I am almost feeling grateful to something or other. Crow Says by Mary Oliver. Here's another one by a poet named David Whyte, and that's with a Y in the middle, W-H-Y-T-E. This one is titled, Everything is Waiting for You. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you at times have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you. And the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. By David Whyte. That is from a collection of his titled River Flow, New and Selected Poems. There is always pain and joy. That's not new, but sometimes it helps to be reminded of that. I was talking with a friend today, a beautiful, unexpected conversation, and because of times in life when we've come up against losing someone we love by bits and pieces, I remembered something that my son said to me when he was quite small, which he doesn't remember anymore, but he was, 6 or 7. And he said to me the way children do when they're really small and they have a big thought. He said, "Mama, when a baby is being born, he thinks he's dying." And I said, "Oh?" And he said, "Well, it's all warm and nice inside and never hungry, and then it gets all squeezy and terrible, and they must think that they're gonna die. But they're just being born." And, the inside of my brain was exploding. And then, before I could even absorb that, he said, "So, if we're gonna die, maybe it's just that we're being born." So, aside from working, that's what my day contained. Absurdity, grief, joy, and remembering how smart and profound a very small person can be. This is Facebook Love. I'll see you again.